Hello, good evening, parents. Thank you for joining me in my first ever virtual back to school night presentation. I'm going to spend just a little bit of time going over some big ideas here that you can expect during this wild ride of third grade during a pandemic. But welcome to Solana Vista third grade. A little bit of background about myself is I grew up in an Air Force family, and so I know exactly what it's like to be a new student to a student to a new school and a new community. Just as we have 3 new families in our class this year. I went to college up north in Chico, and then I got my teaching credential at National University. I'm currently living in San Marcos in a community called San Alejo Hills. We love it here. It's worth the drive to school. This is my 23rd year teaching, and as you can see, I have worked in 6th grade, 2nd grade, and 3rd grade over all of these years. My photo on the left shows my family, and I have a 7th grade son named Clark and a 5th grade daughter, Kate. Both of my children went to Solana Vista kindergarten through 3rd grade. They loved it. I'm happy that you can enjoy that just like they did. And then on the right, you see my dog, who she likes to make her appearance during our online days. That's Stella, our Doberman. A little bit about where I come from as a teacher, where my head is as I'm engaging your children every day, is I'm thinking about the whole child. There's so many things for us as adults to teach children as their mentors, and I really try to approach things from the inside out. To me, when children feel good inside, they're going to learn. When they feel secure, when they feel confident, and when they feel challenged, all of that makes such a difference in helping kids develop a sense of self. It's important for me to teach the kids how to become connected with other people and to develop those connections in deeper levels. I'm always proud to know that my students feel like their classmates are their friends, not just their classmates. 3rd grade is a big year developmentally, academically, and emotionally. I want to invite you to welcome your kids to have soft failures, to allow them to feel challenged for some time and then help them out instead of, sweeping in and rescuing them. It feels good to beat a challenge. And then the final thing here is, we create a triangle: your child, yourself, and me. And primarily I want the kids to feel like they can come to me for all of their academic questions or even their social emotional questions that they have. But you are honestly the backbone of it all. So right from the get-go, I want to thank you already for the tremendous amount of support that you've given your kids during this distance learning. And most importantly, all of the flexibility and calmness that you have modeled for them. It really does show when I'm speaking with them. Sometimes parents say, all right, Mrs. Strickland, what are the big, most important things that are going to happen in 3rd grade? So I wanted to kind of summarize, this is my opinion. These are the things as a parent, if you were going to pick and choose of all the content and all of the standards that we work on during the year, I'd love for you to really focus on these 5 topics. Multiplication and division. The 3rd grade standard is 0 through 10. And as you're seeing, if you've taken a peek at the kids' work, multiplication and division is much, much more than when we were in school. It's not just memorizing the multiplication table, which is definitely important, and we practice that daily. But it's a deeper understanding of what multiplication is, what does each part of the equation represent. And the reason we dig deeply like that is it absolutely helps them with their word problems and their problem solving, which is a difficult task. In 3rd grade, very quickly our word problems turn into 2 and 3-step equations or 2 and 3-step word problems. So it definitely ramps up quite a bit in these odd years of schooling. Reading comprehension is more now than just who was in the story, what happened, and how did it end. Now it's really thinking deeply about the character, the character's traits, what motivates them, why did they make that decision, what action happened before that caused them that caused that effect. So it's definitely a deeper level of understanding of text. We compare and contrast articles, nonfiction. There's the best thing you can do to help your child is make them read. Even our students who don't love reading, find things for them to read. It doesn't have to look like a book. It can look like a magazine. It can look like a website. It can be a lot of things. Writing is much more detailed. There are sensory details. Think really like painting a picture with your words, so that as you read your child's work, you should be able to visualize a scene and what's happening. We'll work through that. A big change, and it kind of lends to having more work and more independence, is the executive functioning. Organization of things, organization of thoughts, creating routines, having the kids involved with that, having the kids master their own routine, things like this. And I'm happy to give you support and suggestions as to what your child needs. Just let me know. I've got lots of good ideas. And you should know that when we're in school, there is a lot of time spent on teaching the kids how to not just get organized, but how to remain organized. And then finally, I want to invite you to give your kids a little bit more responsibility now. They're old enough to do chores. They're old enough to really help out in more ways than they likely have been. Good stuff. This is a lot of information here, but as you know, we have so many schedules, and every day the schedule is different. So it's very, very difficult you can't just memorize it anymore. Even myself, who's living it as a job, I have to look every single day, what is different today and what are we doing? So I have here an on-site schedule. As you already know by now, well, cohort B will be coming for the first time tomorrow, but the start time for our class is 9 o'clock, and there is no reason to be there before 8:50 because you're just standing outside waiting. Mrs. Zimmer has already sent out a video for that, so I won't need to cover that again. But at dismissal time, you will just drive up to section H, and your child will see your car, and they will walk to your car and put themselves in. Online schedule with Wednesdays being excluded. When you are at home, the students will Zoom in with me at 9:15, where I'm required to take attendance. And then their days are always going to be posted on Seesaw. So really in the mornings, they just need to open Seesaw and look for the day's schedule. And there will be links involved. The kids are really good at it already. And sometimes those same links don't work, but that's okay. We can only do our best, and some days you just say, oh, well, better luck next time. But we're really trying hard to make it as seamless as possible. And then finally, at 11:30, we are all meeting together again for a whole group math lesson. These 2 live Zooms allow me to have continuous new instruction 5 days a week, and I'm really grateful for that. So thank you already for all of your children for showing up for these. Wednesdays are a wee bit different because Wednesdays they Zoom with me at 9, and they then will quickly go into their Discovery Lab classes for the day and then Zoom back with me for math. And then the rest of their day is independent work time because the staff has planning time, professional learning community time and we also have professional development during that time. So the most important thing for you guys to know is to check Seesaw if your child is showing that they need you to be looking into it. And every single day, the children, Monday through Friday, need to be doing one complete lesson in Zern, as well as reading for 20 minutes. Pretty soon, we're going to have an iReady lesson added to that list. Speaking of iReady, here is the iReady information. iReady is a new program that we are using this year for math and language arts. ELA is English Language Arts. And the program is replacing the MAP. For those of you who have been Solana Vista students, you know what that is. The iReady is adaptive like the MAP, so it will give us their academic level in both reading and math. The students are completing the diagnostic with me in school. They're very focused, and we do it in small segments, and so I know that they're really giving their best effort for it or toward it. It will then create a personalized instruction bank of activities at your child's level, so it is customized for them. So we're really looking forward to this. Cohort A is finished with the reading iReady. Some children are finished with the math diagnostic, and then Cohort B will start theirs on Thursday. Here is on this slide deck, which I will be sending you the slide deck on Parent Square. You can click these links and you learn more about the iReady program, and it includes a video if you're interested in learning even more, and some information for you as family members. I've already had a few parents ask, what can we do for you? What do you need? What can we get the classroom? And so here I have a link to Teachers Pay Teachers, which is an amazing resource for teachers where you can buy a gift card and I will be able to buy content that I can use with your children digitally. And then I also have an Amazon wish list. All right. And then finally here, our final slide is we have a few bits of knowledge here. One, my email, great way to contact me, and that's up here in the blue bubble. You'll notice that we're using a new form of communication this year called Parent Square, and here's a little pro tip. So whoever sends it to you, which is myself or Mrs. Zimmer, we have a little spreadsheet that shows us who it was delivered to and who opened the email. So I thought, oh, that's kind of important. I would think parents would want to know that. And then over here in the orange bubble, I would love it if you have more questions that I did not cover during this short slideshow. Please click this form and let me know if you have any questions. You'll fill in the Google form, and then tomorrow at the official back to school night, I will answer all the questions that I received. So thank you so much. Tomorrow, here at the bottom of our screen, you will see that the official back to school night is tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and you can find me on our class Zoom, and your third grader can help you with that if you need it. No problem. They are serious professionals. But I'm looking forward to seeing you all then. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a great night. Bye.